Island Sky Astro, a podcast that inspires the present-day visionary to live their best life. Aquarius, let's dive right into this month's horoscope. It is going to be a brilliant month. There is so much that's moving and grooving in your chart this month, and I can't wait to share it with you. A little bit of an overview before we begin. I am going to basically cover your numerology. We're also going to be covering all the most important transits of this month, and timestamps will be provided. So if you need to go back and forth to kind of figure out the themes and you need to do that, the times will be put into the video as well as in the comment section in the description box as well. If you're here for the first time, thank you so much for being here. My name is Aylin Sky. I'm an astrologer and numerologist, and I basically focus on giving you guys the most important astrological and numerology for the upcoming weeks or even months ahead so that you can focus on making the best of the energies. So we're going to dive right into numerology, and that is 44. This is a huge number, you guys, because this is going to deal with money. This has a lot to do with money and a lot to do actually with Saturn that has now entered your second house, the house of money. Now, what specifically is coming this month is that there's going to be new creative ways for you to focus on either creating money, becoming productive, or finding ways like methodologies on how you can make money. That's the first thing. Now, a lot of what you're going to be focusing on in regards to money will include the spirit of the collective or the group sort of in mind. Whatever it is that you're creating a product around or some kind of money modality that you're creating, it will have the group consciousness behind it. Some of the highlights and themes this month emotionally are going to be trusting yourself. It's going to be about trusting also spiritually. Whatever it is that you are trusting the most, this is going to become a very important relationship from your heart space. You're going to be trusting more and trusting also that you have all of the right ways to not only yourself, but everything that is going to be unfolding this month. So it's a complete focus on reaching a new level of fulfillment. And that is the fresh start this month, which I'm so excited about for you guys. Now I'm going to pop up the chart. This is going to be a chart, a snapshot of mid-month of what is happening for you guys. And the very first thing that I want to talk about is Mercury enters Taurus. And of course, you know, this is a big shift. Mercury entering Taurus in your fourth house. This is quality conversations around family life, home life, and in general, in regards to anything that feels very important and personal to you. Very intentional conversations, very deliberate and productive conversations, and conversations around the impact of money or value, where, you know, right now there is a new strategy that focusing on bringing the value up of what it means to have a very comfortable home life, what it means to be part of the family that you're creating or the family that you have around you. There is a lot of self-worth that is regenerating in this area, new ways in which it will regenerate. Why is it like that? Because Uranus is right next to Mercury this month, basically saying, you know, we are going to up level. Right here in this chart, you can see that Uranus is ahead of Mercury, and that means that Uranus is going to bring the level up. Whatever it is that you're focusing on as far as conversations, and you are going to be engaged in these conversations really until May as well, because Mercury is going to station retrograde. And so a lot of the conversations will be about reviewing, reflecting, and strategizing on what you want to open up to with the new chapter around money and a new way of creating money or productivity in your life. And so family will play a huge role in it this month as well. Now, right away, as soon as Mercury enters Taurus, Mercury starts to square Pluto at 0 degrees, and Pluto just came out of your 12th house and dropped into the first house. This is you regenerating who you are. This is a complete new territory in regards to you deeply changing the way in which your life will be moving forward. The first house is your identity, it is who you are. At some level, it is your vitality. So Pluto is going to remain here, making big changes overall in the way in which you are going to live your life and what you will be known for. Now, that square from the first house into the fourth house is going to be incredibly important, because what is coming up right now is new ideas are on the horizon. And the more that there's new things that are coming your way, even though it's going to be welcome, there is a sense of wanting to ground it. Mercury is going to ground it out here. Whatever it is, there is a support of family that is grounding you in this area, or your home life, or what you can fall back onto has to be focused on right now. This could, for some of you, not for all of you, bring up a crisis situation with a family member. Not necessarily you, but somebody who is dealing with something, some kind of a dark issue. Pluto deals with dark issues. Pluto deals with cruel situations sometimes. And there could be someone who is going to ask and reach out for help, and your role becomes a really important role here moving forward, because you are the person who understands the reality of the situation more than anybody can, and you understand the limits that come with it. Now, moving on to April 6th, the full moon in Libra at 16 degrees. This is going to be an important one, because this is going to unfold between your project house, your communication house, and the bigger picture. And so this is going to be a time where you're going to have to pause and reflect upon how to integrate new modalities of making money, how to deal with and integrate with some family changes and changes that are coming towards you. And this is just you realizing really how much life is about to change. There is a moment here where you're going to have to like work things out, where your ideas will also have to kind of play a role with the bigger picture, and other people will be a part of this as well, because it's Libra, it's relationship stuff, right? So this relationship dynamic stuff is going to come up, and you could also be actually running into understanding a social situation, or sort of a friend circle. A friend circle could be a part of this, because people that are out there in the world that are part of your life, where you are not, there's some kind of a breakup, or there's some kind of a moving on from that situation that could be, coming up. And so this is going to be really important to pay attention to as well. Moving on, Venus enters Gemini. You can see Venus here entering your fifth house. This is the fifth house where Venus will remain. And this moves up, or Venus moves up to 22 degrees, which is going to bring you a lot of socialization, where you're going to enjoy yourself. It's a flirty time. It's an exciting time. It's a time to grab your margarita, go out there, have fun, and really do things that make you feel like you're connecting to people. I really love that for you guys, because there is sort of a very good, shall we say, distraction that is coming in this month, a little bit of a party energy. And I love that for you. A good, like, you know, night out with your friends. These are types of things that you could be focusing on. Now, April 11th, the same day as Venus enters, Gemini, Venus will trine Pluto. And this is going to be important because, again, Pluto just entered your first house. So this is going to be a time where you will start to realize that the stuff that you have been experiencing, there is a renewal energy. There is a refreshing energy here. But it's deeper than just feeling like, oh, it's like a new energy that I'm feeling. It's great. No, this is like you opening up to a whole nother side of yourself and your life as a result of it. There could be some kind of trust issues that start to become evident, that they will start to heal. You opening up, willing to face issues around betrayal, willing to just kind of, even if there was any kind of, I know it sounds a little bit dark what I'm saying, but sometimes, with like Pluto in the 12th house, we could take a look at some abuse that were kind of going on in our life, like things that we've processed. Now you're able to sort of put this truly into your past, knowing that the stuff that you're diving into, relationships that are helping you, that are around you, that are okay, feeling safe again, feeling like you can dive into this new territory. You can lean into this new territory, which I really, really love for you guys. April 11th, the Sun and Jupiter are going to be in a conjunction at 21. And I'm going to pop this off the screen so you can kind of see it. What you can see right over here is, I think you can see my mouse right over here, and I'm just going to hover over it. So this conjunction is going to happen in your third house. This is the Sun and Jupiter basically saying, hey, there's a huge growth period that is now opening up. It's going to open up basically in the direction of creative pursuits, conflict resolution, you really feeling like you can dive and focus into particular, things that require for you to speak about, write about, things that are really creatively sort of inspirational to you. These are the types of things real here, and you're pioneering in a new direction, not only this month, but it's going to start to open you up all year long, which I really love for you guys. This is like an energy on steroids. Okay. Again, it's party energy. I really love this. Sun Jupiter conjunctions bring us a huge level of support, and they remind us that support is there. Sometimes we don't see it, but the support is there, and it can also be support through new people that are close and within your environment, within your vicinity. I really, really love that. Now, the other thing I want to talk about here that is going to be, I think, really important is this last quarter moon in Capricorn at 23 degrees. We're coming off that 0 degree new moon energy from March. And this last quarter moon in Capricorn is going to unfold in your 12th house, which is where Pluto was at for the last many years. This is huge because you will get this moment. I almost want to say this moment of like sobering up to what has happened and unfolded in your life, and how you are so much stronger of what it is that you have gone through. There's sort of a heartfelt connection to your faith, to your spirituality, to the meaning of your life, and emotionally feeling ready to cut this loose, whatever that was that you had to process through, that you had to regenerate. And also, you now feeling like you're equipped to deal with changes that are coming your way in a whole new way, which I really, really love for you. Now, also, this last quarter moon could, kind of finalize something, point out relationship dynamics still that need to be reviewed in your life. And the reason I say that is because the next day, April 14th, Venus is going to square Saturn. Venus is in your 5th house. It's going to square Saturn in the 2nd house. So you're going to get that final sort of, message here that there are certain relationships that are not worth kind of trusting. Okay. There is some kind of rejection. There could be also a fear of opening up to certain ties with money, with people in general that are there for the wrong reasons. Okay. Because the 5th house can be a competitive house sometimes, especially if there's a square that's happening with Saturn. It can point out what relationship dynamics are not working for us. There's like a polarity there. And so feeling like that you want to personally focus on your heart space and not necessarily of like somebody else's. This is something that could come up here because it creates, or it points out, a created blockage within a relationship dynamic, which you want to pay attention to that. Okay. Now, April 21st, Mercury starts its retrograde phase, and this is going to happen in your home and family house. Again, this is you reviewing sort of your dynamics within family, because stuff around that has been changing. It's leveling up. There's, home and family between career kind of changes that have happened, and you really focusing on creating a new comfy, cozy feeling around the definition of home and family. These are the types of things that you're going to be reviewing. And there could be new stuff that comes up in relationship dynamics that now you realize you really have to pay attention to this, but you have to also review it. You have to sort of take a step back and let things unfold. This is the kind of sense I'm getting from many of you. Okay. Now, this is what I'm seeing for the month. The next thing I want to do, Aquarius, is we are going to be pulling a tarot card, a final message something that you should be focusing on during the month of April of 2023. So let's take a look at what that card is going to be. And so the card that came up here, look at this, beautiful, this strength card. Again, I can't say this enough, but this is going to be a month where you are going to be realizing that there is a new sense of strength that is coming forth, a new sense of strength that is going to give you the energy you have been sort of, looking to lean into, that will create a new trusting in yourself, in your spirituality, and like really being able to lean into fulfillment in a whole new way, because the strength card can also be fulfillment in a whole new way. I love this for you. I love this energy. I love that we just pulled that for you, and I can't wait to hear from you. Let me know how this month is unfolding, and I am going to see you in the next episode. Bye.